Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video at my YouTube channel. I wanted to make some more kits with the January 2019 card kit from Simon. I made the one snowman birthday card with the stamp set. The stamp set is called Snow Much, but I had this idea for a video and I've been wanting to do it for a while. Is, you know, what if you're looking at these card kits and you think the supplies in them are pretty, but you're new into card making and you don't have a lot of other supplies. So what can you make with the card kit with minimal supplies? So what I have in addition to the card kit is you need a good liquid adhesive. I love the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. It's a good adhesive. It dries pretty quickly, and the nozzle doesn't get clogged, so that's one reason why I like it. I like using the Zig two-way, and I like the one with the ballpoint pen, so if you're doing little areas. And some glossy accents, and for sparkle I really like the Nuvo Aqua Shimmer Glitter Gloss, and this is basically a clear glitter. Okay, now for some other basics. I don't, when I buy a stamp set, I don't buy the coordinating dies because I have a brother scan and cut. So if you're new to this and you're wondering what machines that you should buy, you can, this little die came in the kit. But if you buy the die set for a stamp set, it can be anywhere from $15 to $30 or more. Hold on, the dogs are fighting. Okay. So I decided that I'd buy a brother scan and cut because, say at $25 a die set, it doesn't take that many die sets to pay for a brother scan and cut. And so you can cut out any of these little images with your brother and not buy the die. And so they're about, you can find them on sale maybe for $1.99 I think, but I think they're $2.49. So like I see, it doesn't take very many die sets to pay for one of those. Other than that, you need a die cutting machine for basic shapes. I do recommend getting dies of basic shapes, and I love a good banner. Let's see, back out a little bit more. I love a good banner die, a good square die set, a good rectangular die set. I also have tag die sets, and let's see, circles, nested circles, slopes and hills, because you can use those all year round, because they can be snowy slopes, they can be grassy slopes, all year round you can use good slopes. And there's another, just a different kind of rectangle, and some of these. So decide what you like the best, and use those. I also have a heart set too, and so that if you like hearts, that's a good thing to have. And everybody makes a lot of birthday cards, so a birthday die, happy birthday die. This one's small. This was not very expensive. So a birthday die. And then a sentiment banner die set. This one is a good one. It has lots of different sizes in it. So that's a good one to have. So those are just some basic things. And then my die cutting machine, I started out with a hand crank one, and I used it for several years, and it still works. It's it's a good machine. It's a Cricut Cuttlebug, but I invested in. Actually, I asked for it for my birthday. A Gemini machine, and I debated between the Gemini, the big one, and the Gemini Junior, and there's not that much difference in the overall size of it. And so I went with the big one, and it just sits over here on a side table, so when I'm ready to die cut, I can just stick it through there. It's electric, it feeds itself through there, it cuts intricate dies fabulously, And I so totally recommending the Gemini versus a hand crank machine. But that's my personal preference. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what we can make with the stamp set, the die that came in there, the pattern paper that came in the set. The kit came with these 3 black tags, and it came with Island Blue, Surf Blue, and it came with Simon's 120-pound white. I took that and another piece of white cardstock, heavyweight white cardstock, and I've made some card bases. And I also had from another kit, I think these are Audrey Blue note cards that came into a kit, so I may use some of these today too. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that I do is I go through the paper and I see what really stands out to me, what I really like. And I really like this because I love the old-fashioned look at that. And I love plaids. There's actually not much in this paper pack that I don't like. These cut-aparts right here is a quick and easy way to make a really awesome looking card. So, all right, so let's start with, oh, and you will need a paper trimmer too. And there's a lot of different paper trimmers out on the market. I have a Fiskars, the one with the 2 bars on it. It keeps the blade very steady, but there's a lot of different trimmers out on the market. So let's start with making something out of these 2. Or I did pull in some, I have some soft navy. I think I like the brightness of that. Okay, so this video was getting to be very, very long, so I decided I was going to have to speed some things up and do a voiceover to cut down the length of time of this video, or we would spend all afternoon together. Not actually. I think total video footage was a little over an hour. But still, that's a long time, so I decided I just needed to hurry things up a bit. So I broke out my banner dies. It's a Simon Says Stamp set of banner dies. And there I showed you the little adhesive runner there I'm using is the Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesive. And then I showed you my big ATG gun, which holds like 30 yards of adhesive. And it is by far the most economical of the tape runner adhesives, and so I do highly recommend that. I use that small Tombow one when I'm filming because it's just easier to use the small one on camera. It is good adhesive. They also make a mega tape runner that is a little bit more on a roll that is a dot style, and so that's helpful too. And good scissors. Good scissors are helpful. These are the Tim Holtz shears. They're very comfortable. The handles are very flexible. And they also make a small detail cutting scissors that I use small detail cutting scissors a lot too. And you want to make sure that whatever scissors that you do decide upon, that they do have the non-stick coating on them, so you're not getting all gummed up when you cut through adhesive, because you're going to cut through adhesive. So good scissors is a must, and I said I have 2 different sizes, the big shears and the small detail cutting scissors. Okay, so and this little gadget it's helpful too. I got this at the Scrapbook Expo last year. They had, one of the booths had a really good deal on it, and so I picked it up. So to do little bitty small things and show it on video, it's very handy, very convenient, and it does cut real well. Not sure how I would do with like real intricate things, but usually those are bigger dies anyway, so I just use this for small stuff. Okay, so I am looking at using my Lacy Heart stackable die from Lawn Fawn, I believe. And I'm just using the die there for placement to see if that big penguin fits in there with a sentiment, and he did. So I like to use Simon Says Stamp inks. I do have a few other inks, but these are the ones that I reach for most because they usually always give a good impression. Now sometimes if it's a brand new stamp, you want to stamp it off a few times, or even if you have some Versamark, put a little bit of Versamark ink on there and then ink in your ink pad and your colored ink pad, and you'll get a good impression. The new stamps, they still have a manufacturer's kind of resin on there, and you don't get a good impression the first time around unless you do something to it. Stamp it off, rub it with your fingers. You know, you want to do something to it. Okay, so here's that snowy hill slope thingy that I talked about earlier, and again running it through my little Sizzix Sidekick. And just going to make a little snowbank for our little penguin to kind of stand behind or in, or however you want to look at that. And the color that I'm going to use for the snowflakes, and I'm going to run my snowbank over it to give a little color to the edge. I think it's steel blue, I think. I will have a link to Simon's inks down below. But anyway, so I just ran my paper through the edge of that, and then I coated it with the Nuvo glitter gloss. And now I'm just randomly stamping all those different, there was 4 different snowflakes in that stamp set, so I'm just randomly stamping those. And you see the one off to the side I didn't get a good impression on, but it's going to get cut off with the die, so not worried about that at all. And my snowbank's going to go down there, so it's all good. Now I wasn't paying attention here, and I didn't see that I didn't have my snowbank far enough down. It didn't quite go all the way to the bottom of the heart when I ran those through two together to die cut it together. So, but don't worry, if you make a mistake, everything's fixable. You can cover it up with something. So, you know, don't worry or get discouraged or, you know, throw things away if you make a mistake. Everything is pretty much fixable. And I will show you how that I cover up that little mistake down here in a minute. I was just trimming off some more of the pattern paper. And I wanted a border, so I just did decide to do a little bit of a border with that, I think that surf blue, or is it island blue? I'm going to link to all the Simon papers. You know, you want to buy good cardstock. Don't go and buy the cheap cardstock from your local craft store. Oh, here's what I did. I stamped out the heart that was in the set, and I just cut it with my detail scissors. I just cut those hearts out with my detail scissors. And so I'm just placing a few random hearts around, and one covers that little bottom area down there, and it looks good. Anyway, back to paper. So when I very first started, I would go to my local craft store whenever they would have a sale on paper, and I stocked up on all the different colors of paper. It's not high quality paper. It's not good paper. It's not even that thick of paper. Especially if you're going to do die cutting, or if you've got a Cricut and you're going to cut things out with your Cricut, it's not going to cut good unless you have a high quality paper. And it's really not that much more, and you just need to watch for sales and things. And trust me, you know, mistakes made. If I could go back and do it again, I would not buy the cheap stuff. I'd buy at the local craft store. I'd spend the few extra bucks and get the good stuff. And like I said, heavyweight. The Simon's cardstock is 100-pound. Lawn Ponds is good. There's a lot of good ones out there, but just know that good cardstock makes all the difference in the world when you're die cutting or cutting on your Cricut or Silhouette, or, you know, whatever you may have. So, okay. Another mistake here that I did make on this, I was putting that string in there and I wasn't thinking, and I glued the that outer layer to my card base and then ran it through the die cutter. I should have just put it on there and run it through the die cutter and waited, because I needed to sandwich my string in there, and I didn't do it. So I ended up having to cut another layer of cardstock for the inside to sandwich my string into. Oh well, mistakes made. Okay, let's go back through the cards that we've made. I have finished up the ones that we were making together, and then I made a few more. And then I'm also going to point out what I would do as a next step option in these cards. So here is the one on the string. Instead of thread, I would definitely use like a little thin fishing string. It would work much better for the tension and everything. But you open it up and you see the little skater, she dances, and then I just added that to the inside and with one of our cut apart pieces. So that's a card. So I might add some Nuvo drops to the outside. I will probably coat her with the aqua shimmer. I should have done that already, but I will coat her with the aqua shimmer. And that may be it, just adding some Nuvo drops to that. And then this one, we put aqua shimmer on the little bird and then covered it with glossy accents, so you got that really pretty shimmer underneath the glossy accents. It's really pretty. Again, I might add some Nuvo drops to this, I might not. It's pretty cute. On the inside, I just put in one of those cut aparts. Alright, here's the first one that we did. This one I will definitely add some Nuvo drops to. If I've got some already die cut snowflakes, I may add those to this as well. And then again, just put one of the cut aparts on the inside. Alright, here's our little penguin that's Snow in Love with You. I will color in his nose with some shades of orange, and I will probably go over his eyes with a black glaze pen. You can see I went over him, I think you can see I went over him with the aqua shimmer. And our little hearts are dry with the aqua shimmer and the glossy accents over those. And I just cut some strips of paper and another one of those cut aparts, so you can write your own little love message there. Okay, so now I just started die cutting some paper and using the rest of the cut aparts. These I used the My Favorite Things wonky stitched rectangles, and then I popped this cut apart up on foam tape, and just a nice simple little card. Again, you can dress it up with some Nuvo drops, and I did another wonky stitched rectangle to back that cut apart. And here I used one of the black tags, and here I started using up some scraps. That was a scrap. I save all scraps because they're good for making little trim pieces and things on the outside as well as on the inside. And I will add a string bow to that, ribbon bow. And then I just made another tag, which I will add a bow to this one as well. So in the final pictures, you will see all those elements added to these things. So here is what I have left of that card stack. I think I have one full sheet of paper left and then a ton of little remnants. So let's see, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I have this tag, I do have another tag, and I'm sure I can get another card out of that full sheet of paper and use these other things as embellishments on the insides of other cards. So the card kits go a long way as far as making items, and then you have a stamp set to use in the future. And in a lot of the card kits you will get some basic items such as embossing powders or liquid glues or little things of glossy accents or little testers of Nuvo drops. I've gotten mousse. So just a lot of fun things that will extend beyond the card kit itself. So I hope you found this informative, and below I will have linked questions and answers about card kits from Simon, as well as this card kit subscription and some of the extra supplies that I used here today with the card kit. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon in the next video. you.